Welcome back to the Hearthstone Global Games.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is all there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, blowing like the breeze. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country roads. All my memories gather round her, miner's lady, stranger to blue water, dark and dusty, painted on the sky, misty taste of moonshine, teardrops in my eye. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country roads. I hear a voice in the morning, now she calls me. The radio reminds me of my home far away. And driving down the road, I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country road, 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 take me home, country road. Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is all there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, blowing like the breeze. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, Mountain Mama. memories gather round her. Miner's lady, stranger to blue water, dark and dusty, painted on the sky. Misty taste the moonshine, teardrops in my eye. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads. I hear a voice in the morning, now she calls me. The radio reminds me of my home far away. And driving down the road, I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country road, 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 take me home, country road. Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is all there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, blowing like the breeze. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads. All my memories gather round her. Miner's lady, stranger to blue water, dark and dusty, painted on the sky. Misty taste the moonshine, teardrops in my eye. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads. I hear a voice in the morning, now she calls me. The radio
Alrighty, welcome to the Fallout 76 stream finally. I am Mitch the Preacher, preaching the gospel of gaming, and after the disaster that was the Tuesday beta for me, I was, if you watched my embarrassingly short video last time, it was just this screen that you're seeing here, but with a lovely downloading screen at the top, because I was affected by the PC bug that counted down to the data being wiped, and it took the entire beta to re-download it. Good news, I have actually jumped into the top menu to make sure that this is in fact going to work, because it would obviously be embarrassing for me to now press play and it crashes out and it were Tuesday all over again. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. No one joining me just yet, but hopefully we'll have some people here in a little while. Otherwise, people can enjoy it after the fact. I am very excited for this. Full disclosure, I will be playing it with an Xbox 360 controller for a couple of reasons. One, I've actually always played Fallout games with the Xbox 360 controller, with the exception of Fallout 1, 2, and Tactics. I played Fallout 3 on Xbox 360, and actually a lot of the feedback so far on the PC beta has been, since you can't really modify keybinds, that the game just makes a lot more sense with an Xbox 360 gamepad or a PS4 DualShock 4, whatever it might be. But without further ado, let's get going. Over encumbered, scrap all your junk. Yep, so I'll be dropping little hints that I remember reading up to this point throughout the stream. Definitely remember this one at the bottom of the screen, since your stash only has a limited amount of space. When you break down your junk into their components, they weigh a lot less. So saving space in your stash by breaking down junk is a good idea. I am going to skip through this starting intro video because most of us have watched it a dozen times. I'm happy to link the intro on YouTube after the video is posted.
Good morning, Vault 76. This is the Overseer. I hope you all enjoyed the party last night. Even those who may have overindulged and overslept. But it's time to get up and get out there.
I will also
long enough.
be
Today
setting a preset
is Reclamation Day.
because, fun fact, you can actually change your entire appearance right from the game's menu at any time. I don't know if that's a beta thing just to play around with that, or if in full release you will need to actually seek out like a plastic surgeon the way you had to in previous Fallouts.
Very important trait.
Yeah, this one looks close enough to me, I think. Let's be honest, I'm going to be putting on like a face mask or a helmet immediately anyway.
But more importantly, you'll always
Name your character.
be my family.
Apparently naming your character doesn't really matter, except to yourself, because the name that it lists is actually your Bethesda profile name for PC. I'm still going to call it Mitch the Preacher. That's not immersion breaking at all. Play around with that. Whoop, whoop. Well, that was kind of weird. It kind of faded back in without facial hair. It's kind of funny. Let's see how close I can get. It's kind of weird that I'm a little transparent to the background, but that probably... Depth of field on. Let's really defocus that background. I don't actually think any of that is making a difference. Decrease range. Whoa! That made difference! There we go. Look at that. Look at that bokeh. Take snapshot. Alright. Access photo mode again by opening your map, then pressing Y. Oh, and of course the first thing I need to immediately change. Immediately change. That's weird. Oh, left bumper for menu. That is weird. I always play inverted Y-axis. And I'm really glad that that's one of the options that made it. Apparently a bunch of options did not make it, like a bunch of people are really upset about FOV not being on a slider. I don't think I've really ever had a perspective issue with any of the Fallout games previously. Oh, acoustic guitar. Oh, I'm a little chunkier than I expected. Oh, apparently I'm amazing at guitar. I guess that kind of makes sense because I've spent my entire life, or at least the last, was it 25 years in the vault, and by the looks of it, I'm not much older than 25, so basically my entire life in the vault, so I'd probably spend some time playing guitar. If you remain playing an instrument, you do receive a perk, and I'm just going to give it, there it is right there. You feel well tuned. The well-tuned perk. Oh, Pip-Boy's unavailable, so I guess I can't know. There's some toys underneath the bed there. Got some slippers. Oh, got some empties. Yeah, this does look like my place. Strangely, there's some like wear on the labels. What's this? Unstoppable Shithead. No, I doubt that that's what it's called. Don't Be Board Games Company Unstoppable Shino? Alright. Robco Fun. Nuka Tapper. That is like a military grade circuit board. Let's see what the terminal's got to say. You are invited. Happily Reclamation Day. Terminals can hold holotapes. Press X to eject the holotape. The holotape. This contains Nuka Tapper, so the game that it was referencing on the magazine just next to the terminal. I can eject that and actually play it. I think that it's kind of a old-timey like game where you jump from kind of countertop to countertop as beer is kind of thrown your way. You can take a look at that in a little bit. Happy Reclamation Day. Today's the day, everyone. Reclamation Day. We've been preparing for this moment for 25 years. We're ready. You're ready. America's waiting for us. So let's get out there. So yeah, 25 years since the bombs dropped. It's our job to rebuild America. I'm invited to Reclamation Day. We've opened the remaining liquor rations in the official Voltec party hats. Our overseer will give a speech at 10 minutes to midnight and will lead the countdown. Have fun, everyone. All right. So like I was saying, this magazine here, Nuka Tapper, is the holotape I just ejected, which when I go pick up my Pip-Boy, which looks like it's sitting over here. Oh yeah, here we go. Really happy with the graphics so far. I mean, I was already quite happy with Fallout 4, to be perfectly honest. I'd been playing it for a fourth time quite recently. So this is really just Fallout 4 by the looks of it, with some more polish, which I'm cool with. Television overseer directive: proceed to exit. Oh, what a wonderful channel. It's some sort of oven or something? Chimney? Huh. Spin the globe. Kinda neat. I do like how some of the items are a little bit more interactive. Oh, nice. What is it? Flight of the Valkyrie or March of the Valkyrie? Apparently I'm wicked awesome according to these trophies and stuff. Cleanest toilet award. Excellent. Annual Vault Halloween Contest. First place. Nice. Oh, that moves. Am I crazy? Yeah. First aid, nothing in it. Nice water and steam effect. I like that. All right. Well, with that epic music, let's get out of here.
You have been tasked with nothing less than the rebuilding of America.
Third-party view. I almost always play in first-party view.
Responsibility.
If
Just know that Vault-Tec
the
is
game
proud
had
of you.
if the game had like a cover system, like a Gears of War or something, I probably wouldn't mind playing it in third person. But it's all first person for me.
I've got
Oh, I got her gnome.
my own mission out there in Appalachia.
He giggles.
This is the Overseer.
Just waiting
signing
to
off.
play one of these things and have it play Country Roads. If you didn't already get sick of that in my intro to this stream. Alright, well, all the arrows are pointing me this way. Oh! I didn't mean to sit. Okay, good. Nothing in the trash. Sealed vault door. Soccer field. Pretty small soccer field for the kids. Whoa! Crutchley. Hello.
Hello. Oh, finally! I feared you'd never wake up. Don't you remember? It's Reclamation Day. Time to leave the vault. Most of the others have already gone. Best get cracking. Please make your way through the vault to the exit.
There's no time to waste.
Stay fed, stay hydrated. Very important.
Radex and some purified water. Drinks prevent dehydration. Open your Pip-Boy and go to Item Aid. 200 rad for 10 minutes increases thirst. So,
Lots of
just like
water out
Fallout
there,
4
almost
Survival,
all of
if
it
you've played that before, you'll be familiar with most of these.
When in doubt, boil
Taking
it
medicine
out.
usually causes you to become a lot thirstier. Some medicine I think can make you hungry as well. What do we got here? Right
If you
away.
get injured, and you will get injured,
Stim pack.
make use of stim packs. They
Yes,
are
D-pad
literal
to quick
lifesavers.
use. So up on the D-pad seems to open this radial menu, which works a little bit different. I know a lot of people have already reported that if you're not careful and you activate the radial menu but don't press anything else, it'll instantly use a stim pack by
Be on
accident. So
constant
that's something
alert
I'm going to
for the
be
clickety-click
careful
of
with.
your Pip-Boy's built-in radiation meter. No creature comforts out there,
Building
sir.
supplies.
You want it, you build it.
So what was that I just picked up? Probably in my junk? Nope. Junk, yes. Access adhesive, which of course, if you've played Fallout 4, is gold. Raw cloth, steel scrap, and wood scrap. Cool.
I know it's cozy in here, but you'll soon be faced with a distinct lack of power and shelter.
And what do we got here? Join a team. Oh,
You
party
must all
hat.
go through that giant vault door alone. Unless, of course,
Start to
you're
open the
next to
social
someone
menu.
else, which I'd recommend, actually.
So I have my first item of apparel. My party hat. There we go. Look, now I look the part. Oh, I did not realize I had, like, a borderline man bun. Oh well. I can change that later.
Teamwork. It's what built America.
Oh, here we go. The CAMP.
Outside,
The camp.
survival will be easy with your
Construction and assembly mobile platform.
Or how? So
Quite excited to use that. Not sure if everybody enjoyed the building component of Fallout 4, but I didn't get crazy into it the way some people did, but I definitely enjoyed the bits that I did do. Oh, makeshift batteries. Lots of good stuff in here, but I can't pick it up.
never stop learning. Be the best that you can be.
Oh, black rim glasses, a pen, and perk cards. Here we go. And just like that, level 2. So, if you've played the Fallout games before, you're of course familiar with the SPECIAL special system: Strength, Perception, Endurance, Charisma, Intelligence, Agility, and Luck. The cool thing about Fallout 76 is that they took that system, they allowed you to go up to 15 in any one stat, and they introduced perk cards. So, I'm still not quite sure what my build is going to be. I'm torn here because I know that Bethesda right now is saying that the actual stat points in Special are not at this time modifiable in any way. You can sub in perk cards here and there, no problem, but the points you put into your Special are fixed. So I don't know if I'm gonna stick with the character that I run in beta. I'm gonna try and play the game as if I was playing the game on release. So you can take a quick peek here. Strength is measure of raw power, affects how much you can carry and damage of all melee weapons. One thing I have discovered in my reading on Fallout 76 is that melee weapons are better than they've ever been in a Fallout game. They are more viable. It's not bringing a gun to a knife fight anymore. Melee weapons are the real deal. So, definitely considering strength and the fact that you can carry, I probably am actually just going to jump right into strength to begin with. One-handed melee weapons now do 10% damage. I will accept that. So that's my first perk card, and I'm going to equip it to strength. Cool. That levels me up to level 2. And I thought that you also received a pack of perk cards, but that'll probably come at level 3. So here we go. Here we go. Oh. Is this all then? Security terminal. Security instructions. One of the most highly valuable and important vaults in our network. As such, these orders must be obeyed at all costs. The future of America is at stake. Upon receiving the activation notice, your team is authorized to use lethal force. Any obstacle or threat that stands between you and getting vault residents safely inside the vault must be dealt with decisively. Only authorized residents are allowed inside. All other personnel should be considered enemy combatants. The Overseer has special instruction after the activation notice. As soon as the entry procedures are complete, your team must stow all weapons in the specified containers. Further orders will then be dispensed. Trust your Overseer. Obey your Overseer. Know that each and every member of your team was selected specifically for this assignment because of Vault-Tech's faith in you. If you work together, you will succeed. Incident reports. Drunk and disorderly. Jill caught M. Thompson singing loudly during the night cycle. He got into reclamation party stores and borrowed a 6-pack. The rules say the theft mandates lockdown, but what's the point? In 2 days everyone's out anyhow. Threw Thompson in the holding cell to sleep it off. Assault investigated. Nakamura investigated a complaint filed by our old friend Jake. Jake claimed that E. Jefferson shoved him with intent to commit bodily injury. Nakamura found a witness, and Jake was gently shoved out of the way after he was laying into Jefferson about being an ineffectual ass. Asked the chief whether we would nail Jake for filing a false report. Chief said that Jake technically was assaulted though, so it's dropped. God, I hate lawyers. Unauthorized access. Terminal 023B was hacked last night. Sandy investigated and we've got no idea who did it. The reclamation files were accessed, however, which is the chief furious. What does he expect? Half the resis are goddamn geniuses. How are we supposed to keep them out of restricted files? Doubled up the shifts so we have more eyes out there, like that'll help. And finally, theft investigated. Another claim from Jake again sent Nakamura over. She's the only one that doesn't want to strangle the guy. Jake claims he's missing 1 box of sugar bombs from his room. He's demanding we investigate it. 1 box of sugar bombs. Told Nakamura to drop the investigation. With reclamation coming, we have far more important things to do. And it's true. We have more important things to do. Security logs, final entry. 25 years of service, no killed in action. So no one in the vault was killed over those 25 years. That's pretty good. One hell of a send-off. I made one last plea to arm the resis before we opened, denied. So we are going out into the wild without any weapon. My solemn hope is generations from now visitors will come to 76 and read this and know how dedicated their forefathers were, how we regrew America from the ashes. But I must admit I'm afraid as well. If some of the experiments in the other vaults go wrong, it can give you nightmares, and that's the only things I know about. If we can only stick together, work together, I think we stand a chance. Had to lock down Casey for blabbing about the activation notice. The cat's already out of the bag, but orders are orders. Procedure is we announce tomorrow, but you can feel the excitement. The team keeps asking what to expect out there. The nukes knocked out our external sensors, so we're blind. Only the secondary Geiger counters are operational. Scuttlebutt gone wild. Lots of whispering out of who's grouping up with who after reclamation. I worry that the biggest threat to the project isn't any threat we'll face out there. It's from within. The resis are a formidable lot, but give them free rein, and Lord help us. Rundown complete. Team tore through the activation notice checklist. Logs wiped. Non-essential gear secured. Reclamation packages acquired. The whole procedure went down in record time like we've been practicing for years. Some grumbling about unleashing the resis without the overseer keeping them in check, but overall, a good performance. Alright, let's get out of here. West Virginia awaits.
Goodbye! Aloha! Ciao! Arrivederci! Au revoir! Auf Wiedersehen! Vaya con Dios! Buen viaje!
Let's do this. Interesting little tip there is that the Tinker's Bench, that's a new thing that was not in Fallout 4, so something that allows you to craft ammo. So in this game, I believe Fallout 4 survival mode had this too. Ammo has a weight, and ammo is obviously a lot more scarce, which I kind of like. I think that's another reason why the melee builds are a lot more viable this time around, is because not everyone is popping off shots not caring about their ammo, because ammo is scarce. Kind of nice because I'm joining the beta as late as I am. All the people who rushed the start of the beta are not in the starter zone, so I get to maintain my immersion by not seeing any other players just yet.
Sir, I found this holotape on the Overseer's terminal. Leave a little listen. Seems you should meet her at her camp, just down the road.
Well, the Overseer wouldn't be here because
The
I'm super
Overseer said
late.
she'd set up her camp down the road, to the south.
Data? Actually, it's a holotape, so it's in holo. That's kind of neat. It has its own tab now. Let's listen in.
Overseer's log, or should I say, direct communication. Because whoever is listening to this had the moxie to try to find out where I've gone. But I'm glad you did. Truth is, I need your help. I've been given a task and I've decided to break protocol and tell you what it is. Because if there's one thing I've learned in these past few years, it's that we need to rely on each other. There were 3 active nuclear silos in Appalachia before the bombs fell. They blew up the world before,
Appalachia. I did not know that's
Can't
how
let
it was
it happen
pronounced.
again.
I always thought it was Appalachia.
so we've got to locate and secure all of the silos. Or die trying. Hopefully the former. But it's been 25 years. I just don't know what we're gonna find
Appalachia.
out there. Or where to start. My directive was to go to the nearest population center and assess the situation. I'll set up a camp on the way once I get my bearings. Find me there.
So we see a responder corpse here. Orders from Maria Chavez. I need you to make the monthly scouting run to Vault 76. Those doors have to open sometime. Don't take risks. Observe for a few days and come back. So I wonder how long this guy has been making runs to Vault 76, hoping that the door is opened, because it's been 25 years since the bombs dropped, and this guy looks pretty crispy. Machete, looks like it'll be my first weapon, and pre-war money, which in Fallout 4 had value. I think it had value more so than just simply the cloth component. It's kind of neat. I'm actually noticing as I move from tree to background, there's a depth of field effect. I know some people like that kind of stuff. Looks like you press left for weapons. Press left trigger to block. Oh, here we go. Left trigger to block, right trigger to attack. So similar. That's cool. Oh god. Still bloody after all these years. Interesting. Press right bumper to power attack. Well, that used up a lot of action points. Alrighty, here we go. What is that? Speaking Chinese. Wow. Kill an enemy. Oh, I got 10 atoms and some steel scrap. There's a guy up here. Oh, responder protectron. So I noticed pressing and holding A does not allow you to actually ragdoll it the way it used to, so you can't like turn bodies over and stuff. Let's track this bugger down. Destroy an enemy and a robot. There we go. Some scrap. Ooh, wild mudfruit. Harvest that. Next one, plant some fungi. I'm sure it's irradiated, but if I do get hungry, I can eat some mudfruit. Hunger meter drains over time. It becomes red when you are famished. Ooh, radstags. Soot flower. So these are usually only hostile if you attack them. Oh, dramatic music is playing. Are they just being defensive, or are they coming at me? Let's see if I can just avoid. They're pretty disgusting looking. The mom doesn't seem to be bothered by me. I'll just do my own thing. Cooking station. So one thing to know is, unlike other games, when you access a workstation, the game is not paused. So if I had boiled water, I could make mudfruit juice, which is still irradiated, but it's kind of like a super simple healing potion by the looks of it. Purified water if I get water filters. Soot flower, tea, also boiled water. This is a little bit of health and action points. Disease cure. Vegetable starch. So always keep an eye out for corn, mudfruit, potato, and purified water, because vegetable starch, at least back then, was worth like 4 adhesive, and you will need it. Oh, what the hell was that? That was a ghoul or something. Whoa, what was that? Yep. That ghoul just killed. Okay. Alright, ghoul, fight me. Oh god. Leave that poor innocent thing alone. Duct tape, nice. Hey, I'm sorry. I won't hurt you, although your kid is dead over here. That might be kind of sad. Oh boy. Oh, it doesn't even have anything on it. It's alright. I am merciful. I am sorry. I'm gonna just stay out of here. Okay, you didn't have to hit me. Ah, for goodness sake. Get you out of your misery. Why am I still hearing it? Oh, and it's over. I wonder if I can just rest here. I'm just gonna slide underneath. Use it as a pillow. Alright. So once again, resting is in real time. Slowly heals you long enough to gain a bonus effect, but be warned, mattresses lying on the ground can cause disease. Ah, crap. Careful. We'll just continue down this path here, harvesting as we go. Well, that kind of looked like it was harvestable. Soot flowers, soot flowers. Just so everyone knows, back in the Skyrim or like Oblivion days, I was definitely the guy that stopped and harvested every single plant. That may or may not be entertaining for other people. Rhododendron! Oh, that's a new one. Alright, let's continue. You guys aren't here to watch me pick flowers. Alrighty. Oh. What do we have here? That's a friendly Protectron. Moving pretty fast for a Protectron. Oh, it's on like a tank tread. Cool. Construction.
Lumberjack Protectron
Lumberjack
works all night
Protectron.
and also works all day.
Works all night, works all day. Well done, Bethesda. Clever. I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. Work all night and I slave all night and I work all day? Sleep all night? Ah, whatever it is. What's this? I imagine water is still very irradiated. Let's walk around. Oh, what's this? What are these? Snaptails. I'm sure their purpose will be known in time. Oh, firefly. That's cool. It was it identifies as hostile, but it seemed pretty passive to me. That's a gross fish. What's left of it? Bobby pin, duct tape. Pretty lucky with the adhesive so far. What the hell is that? Fire cap. Oh, cool. Gather the wood scraps right from the log. That makes sense. More disgusting fish. And I don't want to drink or collect. That's kind of interesting. What would I collect it in? Huh. You'd think you'd need a bottle of some sort. Swing here. Oh, that dragonfly's coming back. Oh, it's injured now. It just died. What the heck would have caused that? Huh. I hear like a chicken. Huh. Another log. Hubcap. Sure. Oh, that would have been my first 5. Oh, there is a chicken. I guess because it's oh, that's a very injured radstag. I guess because we're only 25 years after the bombs, there's a lot more wildlife. Here. Yeah, fishing. Alright, let's get back on track here. Full disclosure, once again, I get sidetracked in Fallout games incredibly easily. I think that that's the game by design. So, it looks like a bear. Oh, it's just a rock. Oh no, it's a log. Let's gather some wood. I'm supposed to be going over there, but there's a farm over here. Guess what I'm doing? Oh, scorched. So these are apparently the raiders of this game. They do have the ability to shoot. They're basically kind of ghouls that use guns. Okay, let's get it done. Let's go get these guys first. Basic maneuvers. Okay. Okay, I have yet to figure out. There we go. Stimpact. Ouch. Buggers. Let's bunch of buggers. Okay, we'll loot after we take him down. Excited for these guns, that's for sure. They kind of grumble and stuff. They almost use language. Alright, pipe pistol. So let's loot these bodies. Whoa, what the hell? Oh. Petrified corpse. Whoa. Radioactive, jeez. Let's go loot these 3 bodies I dropped over here. Wow, those petrified corpses become quite radioactive when you break them down. Diluted radaway and a pipe wrench. Nice. 308 rounds. I think 308 rounds, if I remember correctly, were the like hunting rifle rounds, so good to find those, because I really enjoy that gun. Whoa. That is weird. So this one guy has like 7 hunting rifles on him. Okay. Well, I suspect that's probably a bug of some sort. In Fallout 4, these were not radiated. I wonder if... Oh yeah, they're radiated. I have some diluted radaway that I can use, right? Aid. I have some full radaway, but let's just use it diluted. See how high we can get. Oh, that's crappy. It like clears it, and then the effect dies. It's not really an effect over time. Oh well, that's fine. Okay. Where did that other guy go that I killed? Tricky thing with all this really nice, like, new, flashy vegetation is... Oh, there he is. Corpses can hide in it. Pipe revolver. Okay, so let's take a look and see what we got for weapons. Because I saw a ton of hunting rifles. Shitty. Damage 18. So let's go... That's cool. Pipe pistol. 12. 38, 45... How the hell do I have 87 rounds already? That's nuts. Cool, they are listed in order of condition by the looks of it. They're all level 1s. Let's use the top one. Always loved the hunting rifle. Glad it's back. Oh, this guy died a terrible death, apparently. Alright, let's take a look at this farm. So far, really liking the music. It is excellent. Good mix of Fallout and Elder Scrolls. Don't know if there's any use in taking bottles other than glass just yet, so I'm going to hold off on that stuff. Confirmed you cannot drink out of the toilet. I hear wind chimes. I don't know if there actually are wind chimes or not, or if it's just part of the music. Okay, so there are other players. That was something I was thinking about. There's a public event going down over here. These guys seem to be traveling as a group. Oh, there is another player who's just spawned. Huh. I'll probably bump into him eventually. New River Red Ale. Well, that sounds delicious. Speaking of which, I'm going to take a sip. I was toying with the idea of being an alcoholic in this game, because there actually are a bunch of alcohol-related perks that are kind of fun. Pickaxe, Pilsner, bottle. Let's leave that for now. Oh, Cheswick the cat. That's terrible. Cheswick the cat definitely looks like it outlived this scorched corpse. Oh, message to Sammy. Responders don't know shit. Every night there's more of them in the sky. Brotherhood warned them, warned us all. Defiance has fallen, they said. Well, what the hell does that mean? Supplies running low, may try to get to Abbey way over the mountain. Free states have gotta know more. Sammy, you read this. Get to Abbey. Straight east of the Red Rocket megastop. She knows the Brotherhood of Steel better than anyone. May angels look after you, because sure as shit nothing else will. Interesting. So, Red Rocket megastop straight east. Maybe get to the Brotherhood of Steel. That's neat. Do I take the pillow? I probably don't need cloth right now. Pack of smokes. Sure. Anything in the trash can? Nope. Alrighty. Oh, there are wind chimes. Ha! You can take aluminum. Oh, I'm going to be taking all the wind chimes. Aluminum and adhesive were the two things that I was always short on. Whoa. What the hell? Oh, I see. They break down anyway. Hey, buddy. Gotcha. Pipe pistol. Ooh. Armor. Right. I picked up leather armor. Let's equip that. Better left arm. Better right arm. Let's break down the rest. So scrap is the whole menu. Oh, right bumper. Cool. That's kind of nice. I like this. This is certainly better laid out. Oh, and there's a one-button scrapple junk. That's brilliant. 3 adhesive, 2 aluminum. Excellent. That is great. Okay, let's scrap this for some raw leather. The ultimate condition is higher on this guy, though. Huh. Yeah, let's scrap this then. Let's see if we have the materials to actually work on it. So, light armor, switch to modify. Oh, that's cool. Alright. Repair. You know what, I'm not going to actually repair anything just yet. I feel like stuff is going to get upgraded pretty quickly at the start of the game. Well, but we can switch to craft and maybe make what we don't have. Yeah, let's make a chest piece. What else did we have? We had a left arm and a right arm, so we need leggings. And right leg. Cool. Now I've got a whole suit. Boom, boom, boom. Nice. I really like how the armor goes over the vault suit. That's pretty cool. Alrighty. Boop. And it's not letting me get out of third person. There we go. That was a little weird. Oh, okay, fine, I'll get out of here. Nice. Someone mentioned, I actually never realized that all the weapons are left-handed for the bolt to be on the left side of the gun. Kind of interesting. You know what? Let's start making our way to our objective. Find the Overseer's camp. Fog is nice. Sun is up there somewhere. Although it kind of looks like night is falling. Oh, what's this? Whoa! Crashed plane. America! Let's go check out if the fuselage is intact. It is very much not, but it's an old-timey plane of some sort. Anything we can loot off of it? Doesn't look like it. Oh, that's alright. Oh, you can sprint. Okay. Trying to figure that out. Tractor. Oh, Todd Rays. Todd Rays. Oh, I don't really want to cross the river. Oh, there's a bridge. That's too bad. Oh, what do we got here? Silver fork and specimen jar. Country road, take me home to the place where I belong. What's this? That's interesting. Water sensor. Just making a little ticking sound. Probably from those mechanisms. That's cool. Retrieve the holotape. Environmental sensors busy collecting data. Huh. Neat. Overseer's camp. Here we go. Isn't this quaint? No shelter whatsoever. Oh, we have a weapons and a armor workbench here. That's good. Okay, so the cache. Let's play.
Overseer's log, south of Vault 76. I knew this wasn't going to be the Appalachia I remembered, but
Appalachia, so weird.
mutated animals, haywire bots, no people so far. We have to be ready to rebuild in what I can confirm is hostile territory. Fortunately, Vault Tech was prepared. You see this? The cooking station, the stash box, the workbenches, all built with the camp. You need a home base out there. The construction and assembly mobile platform is designed to give you one. Just add resources, planning, and a little elbow grease. When you move your camp, everything you've built is stored, ready to be placed back down in the new area. Use this to establish a foothold whenever you're in unfamiliar territory. I've left my camp behind so you can use it.
Oh, it's very nice of
I
you.
know I'm breaking my own advice by not taking it with me. But after seeing Appalachia for myself, I need to make sure every resident of 76 has a safe haven they can start from.
Very kind.
I'll make do without it. If it's still standing, the town of Flatwoods is further down this road. Find me there. This is the Overseer. Signing off.
Kind of interesting. I'm just seeing that I've got a quest to craft a piece of armor now that I had already done. Whoops. Maybe it'll give me some new recipe or something, perhaps. Or, oh, I know what I'll do. I will scrap. Hold on. I will scrap one of the damaged pieces of leather and replace it. So, which is it, the left arm or the right arm that's in worse shape? Based on value, it would be the right arm. Let's scrap. Right trigger, that's kind of weird. Okay, so we're going to make a right arm again in order to appease the quest. Right arm. Cool. Craft a weapon. What do we got here? A metal bed. Open your Pip-Boy, go to items and notes. Learn. There's nothing, but it will be traded. If you find the same recipe or plan, reading it again does nothing, but it can be traded to other. Okay, cool. Trade to other friends, make kind of an internal economy yourself, access adhesive. All that good stuff. Cool. This is my stash. Okay, so I am supposed to clear her stash then. I did. Okay. Let's do some cooking in a bit. Let's do some weapon stuff. I like weapon stuff. So you can't actually make the hunting rifle that I found. Oh, you can make a syringer already though. That's pretty cool. Can't believe I've already got 110,308. I'm not even level 3 yet. Edged melee weapon. Combat knife does less damage but is fast. Can use a board which does a ton of damage if I just wanted it to be slow. Ooh, throwing weapons. Ooh, that's pretty sweet. Yeah, let's make those. For sure. And then I need to get this. Oh, the supply drop is the miscellaneous from the public event that's on the map. Here's a mated weapons bench. I think, I was gonna scrap all of them but the one that I'm using here, 28. Let's scrap all the rest. It jumps around a bit there. That's weird. Huh. Its max bar is higher though. What's this supposed to mean? Yeah. Experiment here. gonna try and repair this instead. Pipe wrench? Nah. Take revolver. It's my only 45 gun, I'll keep it for now. 38, 74. Ooh, got a short barrel modification from it. Sweet. Hardened receiver. Cool. Getting all sorts of new mods here. Pretty darn similar. Machete, 18 damage. Pretty darn close to full. Okay. Let's scrap all my junk again. Back. Okay, so let's modify or repair. See what I can do with my hunting rifle. So if I repair this, yeah, it's way higher. So let's scrap this. Stinging magazine. Sweet. Let's modify it. So I got a true receiver, which ups its accuracy a little bit. Don't know if the difference is actually worth it though. Refined receiver would be nice, but gotta get perks for that. Standard short, nothing unlocked. Oh, standard long. That is definitely worth it. Standard stock, nothing unlocked. Standard magazine, standard sights, full muzzle, standard paint. I wonder what the stinging receiver, stinging magazine was. Improved armor penetration and ammo capacity. But it's a gunsmith one again. I'm pretty happy with that so far. Oh, I feel serrated on that. But what weapon am I actually going to... No mods available for multi-purpose axe. Does a lot more damage though. Oh, I hear footsteps. I think I'm encountering my first other human being. Oh, immersion, immersion. Yeah, I'm definitely just going to be using the hunting rifle. I got a ton of ammo, and it does like more than double the damage of anything else. Does anyone know how to emote? Oh, there we go. Hello. Hello. Apparently I got sick. Look at that. I do have a little bit of radiation, so that kind of makes sense, I guess. I don't think this guy's actually figured out how to emote yet. Oh well. Okay, how do I switch it? So... move, camp, view, drop, sort, so... Okay, so you could just have one... Oh no. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Cool. Oh crap. So that's what people were talking about, is pressing right on the D-pad instantly uses that. Hold and release right bumper to throw grenades, mines, and throwing weapons. Should I? Nah, we're not even level 5, so it won't do anything. Cooking station. So around the fire I can boil water. That seems smart. And now I can make the other stuff, like my fruit juice. So this is 10, 1 agility. This is 10, 10 max AP. Those. And those. And in practice, we'll see which one we end up using. Oh god, I can make cat meat steak from the cat meat I found. Gross, but delicious. Yeah, I can eat, I forget the name of the cat that I took it off of, like Whiskers or something. Looks like grilled rad steak does still increase carry weight temporarily, which I always found to be super helpful. So, although that dough was cute, oh look, the guys finally figured out how to emote. Sugar. So Snaptail rates are for sugar, which is just straight up action points, kind of like Jet without the slowdown effect. Cool. And that should be it. His name is the Cluckinator. Brilliant. Alright, so what did she say to do? She said to go down the road and find her? Oh, right. So the stashes are linked. You can transfer all junk. Free up some space. Ah, nice. You can scrap while other people are using the weapons workbench. Cool. Alright, let's continue. So I now have 2 objectives in this direction. One of them is find the Overseer, and the other one is the supply drop. This Ganser guy's getting close. He's just over there. Let's proceed. Oh, hello. There you are. I've been exploring Appalachia for an hour. Thought it was Appalachia, apparently not. More wrench. Laser drain. Oh. A frog. Oh, and a what? And a what kind of squirrel is that? Jesus Christ. That is one disgusting looking squirrel. Cats beware, squirrels are out and about. Chinese food. Oops, I mean grilled Cheswick cat steak. Good memory, Adam. Cheswick was the name of the cat. Didn't see any recipe that used rhododendron yet. Oh, what do we got here? Doggos. Get back here, you little bugger. Where'd he go? Clever girl. So can he pull a velociraptor and flank me? Still says danger. Here, doggy, 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 doggy. Oh, oh. Whoa! That would have been my throwing knife that I just threw away. Oh boy. And that would be the real-time VATS that has been introduced into the game. Still kind of weird, activated the same way, but obviously it did not slow down time at all. Silt beans, I remember those. Oh, weird. It's kind of catching up that throwing knife was removed. Oh, looks like they were working on a rad stag, and looks like I've got more rad stag meat. What do we got here? Welcome to Flatwoods, home of the Green Monster. This symbol, I wonder what that means. I think I know what that means. One of the new factions introduced in the game. Oh, rad roach. Whereabouts? Oh, mole rat. More mole rats. Ooh, into the ground he goes. Oh, little bastard. Oh, interesting. You toggle it. Level 3. Oh, yeah. Gotcha. Responder. Okay, let's level up. Start. No, guess it's Pip-Boy. Level up. Cool. So, first one was in strength for melee weapons. Weapon accuracy in VATS. Detect stealthy movement and awareness of nearby enemies. Total health, action point drain from sprinting, resistance to disease. You to share higher point. Perks also affects your rewards from group quests and prices when you barter. Ability to hack terminals. Yeah, we definite. Oh, return you get from scrapping and items crafting. Stim pack efficiency. Sounds good. Now do I get to open a pack of cards? Maybe it's not until level 5 you get to open a perk card pack? That sort of makes sense. If you don't have any points in that respective stat, then what's the use of having perks? Green Country Lodge. Looks like a nice place. I think I should have serrated this machete. Oh, hello. Possum? Oh my god. It's a 3-headed possum. Creepy little thing. In hindsight, I'm wondering if that was actually an aggressive creature or not. Oh, hello. Hello. I should probably get faster at that emote thing so they actually see it before they just take off. Oh, let's get some light on in here. Order up. There's a bit of a bang off in the distance. Let's check out the swimming pool. Hey, buddy. Just swimming in that swimming pool? I still got his beer in his hand. Excellent. Oh no! I popped it! That's pretty good. I like that. Oh. Chems. Ooh, my first Psycho. Powerful buff. Temporary. Only have one chem active at a time. That's too bad. Used to remember getting into trouble and you'd take like a Psycho and a Jet and a Psycho Jet and Med-X all at the same time so that you'd survive getting destroyed. That looks like a flare. Huh. Ooh. What was that? meat pile. Gross. Stream actually works well today. Oh, that's good. So I'm just gonna catch up on some chat. So VATS is just auto aim. Basically, yeah. It's kind of weird. You click it to toggle it. I guess you if you're facing multiple enemies, you can probably jump from one enemy to the next, and the percentage to hit just flies around really quickly. And you just, I guess, try to be strategic with when you pull the trigger. But what does concern me a little bit from the disconnect is that your gun doesn't follow them when you activate it. Like, you could be borderline pointing your gun in the wrong direction, but if you had 95% to hit, seems low. I have the volume cranked on my phone. Mike was cutting in and out earlier. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. Pitchfork, nice. Let's check that out. Yeehaw! You up perception for it, I guess. Seems strange. Yeah, so not only does perception increase your chance to hit in VATS, but also there's perk cards in perception that allow you to target specific body parts the way VATS used to work as well. But what's weird to me is you activate VATS and then you're expected to move around in real time from body part to body part. That seems kind of strange to me. Little pile of messages over here. Arna. Offline. It's weird, the stream was looking good. It said the stream was offline, so I'm not sure if I was just watching a video. Got some good news on the internet today. Oh, that's good news. Arna, excellent. You won't have to suffer too much longer. That's great news. Alright, so we got our first survivor story. Willie May. Willie May's here.
I pressed the button. Hush! I think it's recording now. Shush! Hello? Hello there? Oh, I think it's working. I hate these things. This is Willie May, and I was asked to talk a bit about my life since the war, to help educate future children someday. I think that's nice. I thought I'd just watch my programs and entertain the grandkids in my retirement. But that didn't turn out to be the case. I'm just glad they all made it to the vault in time, you see. When I saw it in a dream, I knew my prayers were answered. My husband Frank used to work in the mines. Just a bit before the war, there was news of tremors. He didn't come home. I don't know what happened to him or why he never came home for sure. And between you and me, I'm fine with that. Since the war, I've just read my old newspapers and listened to music. It's very peaceful for once, which is just right nice by me. You ever hear of the Watauga Times Atomic Lottery? The winner got 10 years worth of Blamco mac and cheese, Salisbury steak, and Nuka-Cola, of course. I played that lottery for 20 years, and I finally won the month before the war. It lasted only 8 years, though, but who can you complain to? By the time it ran out, I had heard the responders' radio broadcast, so I went out to find them and get supplies. Bless their hearts. Well, I'm going home now. For a bit anyways. How do I turn this thing off? Oh, blast these things. Not this button. Not this one. Oh, oh, here it is.
Well, if you're listening to that, that was kind of messed up. So she basically was not upset that her husband never came home from the mines when the tremors started, so that's kind of interesting. And then she won the lottery, and the lottery prize was basically mac and cheese craft dinner, some sort of Swanson's Hungry Man's, and some Nuka-Cola, some Coca-Colas. That's fun. Who goes there? Oh, we just got kind of nighttime radio drama.
Welcome back, dear listeners. It's time once again to put aside all you think you know, all you believe to be true. Time to open your mind to the strange, bizarre, and sometimes terrifying world that exists in the shadows and fringes of our own, where myth, legend, and rumor are made real. Yes, it's time for more thrilling tales from the West Virginia hills. Tonight's episode, Who Goes There? The Strange Encounter in Flatwoods, is brought to you by Sugar Bombs, the breakfast cereal with explosive great taste and 100% of the recommended daily allowance of sugar. Get your morning started right with Sugar Bombs. Our tale begins on a fateful night when a young pioneer scout, Fred Fisher, finds himself in quite the predicament, having taken a spill and fallen into a dark place.
Where am I? Jack? Biff? Mr. Bailey? Can anybody hear me?
I can hear you.
Who's
Ooh,
there?
my first frag
I
grenade.
can't see you.
Me. My name's Sally. What's yours?
Fred.
Are you okay, Fred?
I think so. My head's a little woozy. Is this thing on?
Oh, apparently that
Great.
interrupts it.
Hello, survivors of this garbage dump. I'm Sophie, and this is my stupid survivor story.
Oh,
This dumb shit go.
ramen.
Oh yeah. Before the bombs, I was a librarian, and now I can read everything all the time. Whee! Look at me! I'm lucky. Wait, no. Maybe I was one of those farmers who prepared for the end times. Some sort of religious thing. Yeah, that's right. No, I got it. I was a sweet little kid and lived off some cat food containers in a super duper mart for months near my parents' rotting carcasses. Nobody came. Nobody. I learned how to deal. You should too. The responders are a joke. Nobody helps anybody anymore. Get a grip. If you're not a total idiot, you'll get out of this dump before the responders get you killed. Leave the sick behind. We're better off. Trust me. Whiny babies stay here and play make-believe, but anyone with half a brain will go up to the mountains and drop the dead weight. Delbert already tried to stop me. Sorry to say nobody will be around to teach you how to eat shit now, Flatwoods. Bye, suckers. Love always, Sophie.
Well, that was interesting. Another lovely story from a local Flatwoods member.
Got you covered.
Water safety report. High germ profile, bacteria, extreme radiation, unsafe acidity, high pharmaceuticals, water is unsafe for drinking unless boiled thoroughly.
Volunteer.
I'll try and remember that.
If you need supplies.
Oh, and it will just print more of those.
Got you covered.
Responders. Golly Minor Recon. Hope things in Flatwoods are going well. I had a thought I wanted to share. If we can spare the personnel, I'd like to send a team into Gully Mine. They were blasting the days before the war, and if there's still dynamite in there, it might come in handy. I know you're busy with the volunteer program, so it's your call.
Little luck. You'll do just
Map
fine
updated with
out
Gully
there.
Mine. Memo of the responders. Joining event, fertile soil. You're entering an event area. Database is now locked. Only volunteers may access it until things calm down. This is only a precaution until this whole thing blows over and we get back to building this great country. Just updated with more information about supplies, so when we get back we can start distributing resources to the survivors that remain. Delbert and Kesha volunteered to stay behind and take care of the survivors. Oh, I hear gunshots off in the distance. Mr. Farmhands have malfunctioned and are now hostile. They must be dealt with. I guess I could go give that a try. Sure. Let's do it. I think that these events give atoms, which are kind of fun. Another government aid drop. More 308s. Look at that. Ooh, a barbed pool cube. Pool cube, I should say. Huh. Oh, buff out. Oh, heated pitchfork. I heard about this. This is awesome. Oh, yes.
Continuing conflict.
Jesus. Take it easy there. Thinking about it. Danzer 1991. Press and hold to open social. Sure. Let's team up. Oh, my stash box. Let's do some transfer. What's the star all about? Analyze the water testing kit's results in Kesh's lab. I don't want to do that. I don't really want that quest either. Ooh, a Culf Club. Excellent. It looks so fat. It's funny. Farm supervisors are over there. Okay. Petrified guys. I think. Couch. Stand. Let's get over here and kill some dudes. Again. That's just purely aesthetic in this game. Oh boy. Get out of there, get out of there. I gotcha. Oh, I thought I got you. How do I revive you? Let's drink some water then. Here's one disease. What else do I have? I've got that juice. River ale. Awesome meat. Purified water. I want to save that though. Look at that tea. There we go. Tea isn't really all that hydrating. Change farmhand's targeting parameters.
Welcome to the farm of the future from Walter.
Where do I go to do that? Analyze water testing. Maybe what I'll do is I'll turn off all of my other
A happy day on the farm.
side missions. No. Daily event. Yeah. Okay. Parameters are here. I'm still super curious how loading into a zone in multiplayer, how that makes sense. Oh, I guess I got the reward. 10 mil rounds. Ooh, and a meat hook. Is that must be a new weapon. Oh, I'm not the right level for it yet, but that's pretty cool. Inspect. Nice. What's that down there? Oh, it's just a hinge. Okay, doo-doo-ba-doo. Crystal liquor decanter. Handcuffs. Overseer's journal. Oh, look at that.
Overseers, let's call these personal journals. Not an official log, just something for me. The Agricultural Center, one of my first posts with Vault-Tec. I was so excited because I used to come to this same farm when I was a kid. I remember one year at the Autumn Festival, me running through the corn maze, going every which way, Mom and Dad yelling after me to slow down. Wasn't gonna happen. I guess I was always hitting my fast. Couldn't just be a pioneer scout, I had to make troop leader. Couldn't just be a good student. I had to have straight A's. God, I miss those early days. Just being a kid. The three of us, our simple life, our simple house. I wonder if it's still standing.
Oh, that's me in the loading screen. It's got another half hour of the beta before they shut it down on me. Really enjoying it so far. Just taking my time. Hopefully my pace is not too slow for anyone who wants to watch. Feel free to leave me a message in chat if there is something you want me to check out that you've noticed or that you've been wondering. Oh, automatically turned off my pitbull. Loose screws. Huh, it's got a the tricentennial hat. baseball grenades. Nice. Let's equip the baseball grenade. Nice. Good damage on it too. Find the next journal in Sutton. It's pretty much just taking you from town to town. First frag mine. Nice. What's that? Thumbs up. Oh, that's a level 5. So he's actually able to PvP. I wouldn't mind in the next half hour getting to level 5. I just don't really know what the best way to do that is. Probably just following the quests. First contact can be re-enabled. Oh, right. Just got sidetracked. Gotta go back to that church. Somebody killed the Brahmin. Why? There's no need for that violence.
Overseer's log, town of Flatwood. My God. There's no one here. The old tavern, the church, people were using them for shelter, but... God. Mutations we expected. There's something else. A disease.
Raider corpse.
I was attacked by... Well, it used to be a person. But it had these green, glowing lesions, and its voice. Angry. Tortured. We are one. One what? Whatever happened here is beyond anything we expected. And we expected a lot. Before they were wiped out, the survivors called themselves the Responders. Looks like they were made of firefighters, police, emergency medical staff. They even have an automated system to teach people about treating water, food, survival. I'm doing their tests, and you should too. I know it's even worse than we imagined, but someone's got to know where the missile silos are and how to secure them. The Responders are the best lead we have. This is the Overseer, signing off.
So obviously the holotapes. Well, that's good, boss. That was kind of the idea. Is if I streamed the game, I was really hoping that other people would buy the game so that I'd have friends to play with. Because right now, Adam, I think Adam bought it for PC, or he bought it for Xbox, and then was gonna like return it and get it for PC instead. But yeah, the intention of this stream is to get other people to buy the game so we can play together. Yeah, the holotapes make the stream kind of difficult because I want to listen to the holotape. I don't know if you want to listen to it as well, but I can't proceed with other stuff while it's playing, so... Patient named Buzz Yates. Patient admitted at 9 p.m. complaining of upset stomach. Drank several containers of dirty water. Claims he likes the earthy taste. Oh boy. Extreme bowel discomfort, weakness, confusion, barely alive. Died before receiving treatment. Too weak to survive a simple fall from his bed. Drinking so much dirty water reduced his physical strength considerably. Due to intense radiation damage and disease, while he didn't die of those issues, simply taking a slight injury caused his demise. Yikes. There's another survivor story over here. Oh, just reading your Pip-Boy there.
We call it the Great War now. It's not been long and things have been rough. Welcome to Survivor Stories. I'm Dasa Ben-Ami, a responder. I've been working with the responders for a couple of years now. I'm from Charleston originally, so it was easy to join up. What wasn't easy was the work. Rebuilding Appalachia from the rubble while survivors flock to us regularly from all over. So many have come and gone. Their stories untold, their names lost to time. I thought we should preserve this history somehow. I've decided to ask people to record their thoughts, their stories, anything they want to preserve forever. I'll call this series The Survivor Stories. I'll start with me. I was an anthropology PhD student at Vault-Tec University, final year. I was printing my thesis when I heard the sound.
Oh. Oh. We have our first game crash. It didn't like me breaking down my junk, I guess, or exiting out of the Pip-Boy while the sound was still playing. Appropriate, boss. You were just talking about bugs to be worked out, and the game crashed. Hilarious. Some of the noises with Bethesda's first time foray into this type of game, tying the physics to frame rate, for example. It's funny that you mentioned that, though. I actually read a report of a guy who he has just this beast of like an SLI machine, dual 1080s or some monstrous spec'd machine, and he dropped all the graphics to the lowest possible, and then his he had his frame rate showing, and it got him up to like 250 frames per second or something. And then his buddy next to him, who was just running a traditional setup with somewhere between 30 and 60 frames per second, they both did a sprint during in this straightaway, and neither of them actually moved faster than the other. So it's kind of weird that I know that a lot of people have been saying the physics and frame rate are tied in that way, but it doesn't seem like that's actually resulting in changes that other people perceive. It just seems like you're moving faster, but you're not actually moving faster. I'm gonna launch again and see if I can get back in. Server's still up for another 25 minutes. I know that a lot of people are gonna wait for, proper reviews on the game after the game releases in 2 weeks, but I'm obviously enjoying this little bit of air quotes beta testing I can do. That's kind of neat. I've got 240 Atomic Shop credits already. Thank you for participating. Toggle. What does that mean to toggle? 76 cap. Our future begins. I thought I already had a wave. Fireproof looks like a profile picture. Blue Pip-Boy. Black overalls, red shirt. Probably won't spend any money on this stuff just yet. Purchase atoms. What's this all about? Oh, placeholder, I guess. Interesting. Got some emotes here. Finger guns. Interesting, it won't let you preview any of the emotes before. Let's just jump back in. Why does that say level 1? Is that... I guess that's just because that's the screenshot. It's not concerning at all. Oh, is that the Rock you're watching? Welcome to the Rock. Alrighty, and it loaded. Oh, interesting. How far did I get rolled back? Still have a barbed pool cue. Let's go mess some robots up. Didn't seem too concerned by me at all. Oh, who's this? Another ghoul. Let's go back to that church. Huh. Old tech. Ah, you're right, the research center. Yeah, so I gotta cross this bridge and go back the way it was. The car has health. Interesting. Oh, that's interesting. My action points just locked up there and didn't drain and basically allowed me to sprint indefinitely. Interesting. Okay.
Hey,
volunteer bot.
volunteer. If you need supplies, Bob's got you covered. That overseer lady said more people would be coming.
So he's got some
It's
ammo.
nice to meet you.
So level 5 before I can use a 10 mil. Lead pipe. Combat knife. Ooh, tomahawk. That's
With smarts
Oh,
and
it's a throwing weapon.
little luck,
Let's
you'll do just fine out there.
asylum worker uniform. Responders paramedic jumpsuit. What? Wood right leg. You can make armor out of wood. That's pretty neat.
While you're
Cranberry
here, why not
moonshine.
grab
Someone was
a
talking about
stim
whether
pack
we could make
or
moonshine.
two?
And this is kind of a good sign that you probably can. Healing salve. Nuka cherry. Oh, collar lager. Preserved food. That
It
isn't
sure is
radiated.
great
Interesting.
to see living human beings again.
Spoiled meat. Gross. 27% disease chance. Hey, Mike. How are you? Thanks for joining. Not sure if you've seen any of the Fallout 76 stuff, but here we are.
Hey, volunteer. If you need supplies, Bob's got you covered.
Oh, sells. Wow, recipes are really expensive. I guess that's to be expected. Cushioned raider armor. Pocketed. Oh, pocketed armor. So the additional carry weight's pretty good.
With smarts and
Stream's
a
going so far.
little
I've
luck,
experienced one
you'll
crash. It was actually
do
about
just
5 minutes ago,
fine
so good
out
timing
there.
on your part. The beta does go down in about 15 minutes. Progress didn't get reset. It just spawned me in a different spot. I don't think that
While
I lost any
you're
progress or anything
here,
like that.
Why not grab a
Like the
stim
holotape
pack
that I just
or
listened to
two?
that triggered the next stage of the quest. That all seems to have worked. $375 caps just to learn how to make a US flag. America indeed.
It sure is great to see
That's pretty funny.
living
40-pound
human
barbell
beings
and it weighs 40
again.
pounds. Look at that. How's that for realism? Oh, and you can buy some mods, I see. That's neat. Hooked pipe, leather girded arm mod,
That overseer
reader,
lady said
strengthened
more
limb mod,
people would be
reflex sight for
coming.
the syringer.
It's nice to meet you.
Cool. Alrighty, well. Let's see what we can do in the next 15 minutes. So, next journal's in Sutton. Over there. But then what about the other one? The Listen to Overseer's Log Flatwoods. Oh, I thought I had done that, so maybe there was a slight rollback. Let's listen to that.
Overseer's Log, town of Flatwoods. My God. There's no one here. The old tavern, the church, people were using them for shelter, but they're gone. Mutations we expected. But there's something else. A disease. I was attacked by... Well, it used to be a person. But it had these green, glowing lesions, and its voice...
Hey,
angry,
here.
tortured.
If you need supplies,
We are one.
Bob,
One
got
what?
you covered.
Whatever happened here is beyond anything we expected. And we expected a lot. Before they were wiped out, the survivors called themselves the Responders. Looks like they were made of firefighters, police, emergency medical staff. They even have an automated system to teach people about treating water, food, survival. I'm doing their tests, and you should too. I know it's even worse than we imagined, but someone's got to know where the missile silos are, and how to secure them. The Responders are the best lead we have. This is the Overseer, signing off.
So register as a volunteer. So yeah, there was like the tiniest little bit of rollback. So who do I speak to register as a volunteer? Oh, I guess volunteers needed. No kidding.
Now
Self-registration.
that the message has been delivered, I can stop and wait for my next task.
Registration kiosk. Let's do this. This program is developed to turn regular survivors into certified responder volunteers. As a volunteer, your job is to help others, and our job as responders is to help everybody, including you. Register here. Ooh, level 4 in my first perk card pack. Transferring course to your external hard drive. Report to responder Kesha McDermott for further instruction. Message of the day, you are safe now. Kesha McDermott. Last checked in Flatwoods River, 3 Church Road. Monitoring water safety protocols in Flatwoods, conducting ongoing hydrology experiments.
Meander I shall.
Search for Kesha along the nearby river. First contact. Except that I'm not going to find Kesha, am I? Oh, item reward. So that reward for first things first. Become a volunteer by completing basic training courses. Let's level up to 4 and get our first perk card pack. Flashing hexagons on the map and events, select one to travel there and join in. Unopened perk pack. Let's open it. Cool, so what do I got? Gun runner. Running speed is increased when you equip pistol. Oh, look at that. I got the target limbs perk right off the bat. Winning isn't everything, inscribed on every second place trophy. I really want to put a bunch of points into intelligence because I really want to be a crafter in this game. I've always really enjoyed modifying weapons, and I think Gun Nut is in intelligence as well. Durability of items that you loot affects recharge rate of criticals. Oh yeah. They do have the Fallout board game is pretty good. I've played it before. I have it, and they just announced an expansion, or just released an expansion for it called New California. But yeah, the perk cards are obviously kind of physical merchandise gimmicky, I'm sure. let's put a point in luck. Try and keep everything balanced. So I did get a perk card in luck. 40% chance to find extra first aid chems when you search, or 40% chance to find extra ammo when you search. I've actually found a ton of ammo already, which I was really surprised by. So let's go for chems. And as I said at the start of the video, don't have to be too stressed about perk cards because you can sub in perk cards at any time. So that's kind of cool. Other nice thing here is since I finally opened a perk card pack, I can also put I can equip perk cards into stats that I didn't put any additional points in because all stats start at 1. So 40% chance to find extra meat when you search an animal corpse for perception, or concentrated fire. I think I'm going to go concentrated fire because I think that's cool to have that. Looks like I got my first double. So from what I understand, I can actually trade that, which is pretty neat. Oh. Or I can put them together to rank that up. Cool. Look at that. Running speed is increased when you have a pistol equipped. Might as well equip it because I've got 1 point in it. No harm. And then the chems. Cool. So I got my first rank 2 perk card already. 40% chance to find extra meat. I would rather the VATS one. So for now, I'm going to exit that. And let's go to the river and see if we can track down Kesha. Oh, I have a sneaking suspicion we're not going to track her down. Or at least not in good shape. Oh, Kesha, no. Water testing kit.
Dasa has asked us all to document our stories for posterity, you know. It seems like a fine idea. So, hi, I am Kesha McDermott.
She's older than I expected.
When the bombs fell, I was in Watoka, coordinating a statewide science fair for that year's high school kids. And the theme was the future of energy. After the bombs, everything was pretty chaotic. Scavenging for food and fighting off rabid survivors. Oh, it was just a bad time all around. I found a couple of surviving kids from the high school whose parents didn't make it. And we holed up in a house in town for a while. After a bit, I was able to solder the circuitry in an old radio, and we tuned in to a broadcast from the responders. Oh, we were overjoyed. The trip from Watoka to Flatwoods, it was rough, mind you. The kids and I ran into a group of assholes in the mountains who stole our food and water.
Jeez, they are assholes.
I can't tell you how happy I was to find the responders in Flatwoods. Tents for everyone, open kitchens, medical supplies, protection. We were safe. They had a problem, though. Their water sources were contaminated heavily. People used boiling water, but not long enough to make it safe. So, I stepped up and I said, I'll build a testing kit to monitor the contamination, and I will teach folks how to properly boil water. And I did. The world is getting better, but slowly. We need to make sure it doesn't relapse too. It's going to take time and care, that's all. Well, time, care, and science.
Canned dog food has a little bit of rads. I'm okay with that. Cola perk bubblegum. Slow hunger and thirst for 2 minutes. Interesting. It's actually a piece of gum you can ingest that you get from the perk packs. Crispy.
If you need supplies, Papa's got you covered.
Ooh, those iguanodons were pretty radiated. I didn't realize that. Gotta cook that stuff first, apparently. Spoiled vegetables, sugar bombs. Not a lot of food in them. Footsteps. Okay, so go down to the water and test.
With smart and a little luck.
Test a sample of water from the river. Test a sample of water from Flatwood's water pumps. Oh, speaking of which, I'm thirsty apparently. Okay. To test a sample of water from the river. Testing sample, water is contaminated. Okay, no kidding. And then from the water pump. Oh, goodness. Kinda snuck up on me there. Red stag. Oh. Let's just take everything. Walking cane, tea kettle, saucer, teacup. Eyeglasses. Loaded all. Cooking station here. Let's see if there's any food I can whip up that isn't terrible for me. Simple bloodleaf tea. 15% water. Boil water, which needs, I need, okay, grab more dirty water, no problem. I wonder if it gives you a warning when the server's gonna go down, because according to the time, I think I've got another 5 minutes. Awesome opossum bacon. Sweet. Tent here. Still targeting that Brahmin. Oh! I can actually take the lantern. Life preserver. Gold forks, how fancy. Wouldn't mind finding a stash to put all my junk. Alright, let's get to this water pump quick before I run out of time here. Oh. Someone didn't come back and loot their own corpse. Interesting. Testing. Water is contaminated also. Testing results in Kesha's lab. And where would that be? Okay, back here. Oh. Bugger. Gotcha. Little farm thing going on here. Shutdown imminent. Uh-oh, server shutting down for maintenance. Oh no. Oh, it's a 10-minute timer though. That's not bad.
Intruder, identify yourself.
Oh, this event is on again. Alright, 8 minutes. Let's finish this quest real quick here. Oh, another paper bag. Machete. They're not coming back to loot their own corpses. It's the water testing. Oh, it is in there. Okay. All right. Analyze. Diagnostic terminal. Analyze water samples. Dirty, severe disease. Water is not significantly improved since the last sample from the same coordinates. Enter your training program. Water. Reject.
This is my first interview with another survivor, Kesha McDermott. She found me trying to break into a Nuka-Cola machine and
Fatal, severe,
showed me a
extreme,
different way.
serious.
So, Kesha, can you tell us
It's
a
all
bit
pretty
about how we
contaminated.
can make sure our water is safe for drinking? Try to keep it to the basics for training purposes.
Oh, it's not complicated, really. Find water and strain out any big particles and chunks. Then, boil it in a pot over an open fire for a minute or two, then let it cool. Should be fine. Like making tea, right?
No, not really like making tea. You don't just boil out
You
radiation.
joined the responders a while ago and helped develop a program to train volunteers. So, were you a survivalist prior to all of this?
You could say that. I taught high school kids. I used to talk about this very thing to them. Practical application of the sciences. It's fascinating, but you never realize how important some things will be down the road, do you?
I guess not. So if we were students of yours, what would you tell us about the world now? How can we survive?
That's a good question, Dasa. Well, I would tell you all to remain calm and focus on surviving. The first thing you need to do is get yourself some clean drinking water. It's likely all you'll find is dirty water, but that's okay. We can fix it. Dirty water carries a small chance of disease, and it's a bit radioactive. You'll probably survive if you drink it, but you shouldn't take that risk. It's better than toxic water or nuclear waste, though, which are both very harmful and should be boiled thoroughly first. Got that, Dasa?
Yeah, I don't think that's how it
Yes,
works
sir.
either.
Contaminated water should be boiled. Okay, that sounds easy enough. So, boiled water is safe?
It's mostly safe, but still a bit radioactive. What you really want is purified water.
Oh, purified water.
Okay, well, she's not wrong.
Okay, how do I get that?
You can build machines that will do it for you, and that's the most reliable way. Building them requires some space and time and plenty of materials. But on my way up here from Watoga, I found purified water occasionally in supply caches and medical kits. So, keep your eyes peeled.
If I boil water and that's mostly safe, aside from a teensy bit of radiation,
Teensy
what
bit.
about tea? Most folks around here are tea drinkers, as you know. I recall many a night sipping tea on the stoop, watching lightning bugs, and reading a book in peace and quiet. Tell me that's still okay, Kesha?
Oh, bless your heart. It's probably as good as boiled water anyway. Maybe even better if you add anything medicinal to it. Some survivors add all sorts of flowers and herbs to boiled water, and they swear by it. Personally, I stick with purified water. To each their own.
Okay, got it. Switching tracks a bit. I know you're awfully busy with your latest research in Flatwoods. Can you explain that a bit?
Of course. I'm testing local natural water over time in Appalachia. Gathering data, monitoring the radiation and contamination levels, all of that. I analyze the data in my lab to look for long-term trends and use those trends to determine how we can use the water right now. We use the water for more than just drinking, you know. It feeds our plants, which feed our animals, so we need to know how things are changing.
You got a lot of work cut out for you. I'm glad you joined the responders. That data sounds invaluable.
It is. I've integrated the data collection and research into the Responders Survivors Volunteer Program as well. I am still a teacher, after all.
Wow. Then there you have it, folks. Thanks for talking with us today, Kesha. And thanks for showing us all how to live a...
Well, that was interesting. Of course, the sad part is that this is her, and she doesn't look like she made out very well, so... I feel like I want to find a cache real quick here in the next minute. I just don't know if it's something that's on the map. I don't think it is. So realistically I probably won't make it to a cache. But that's okay. 1 minute left. I've definitely enjoyed this. Perfectly safe. Perfectly safe. So didn't quite make it to level 5, but that's alright. Only got 2 hours in, but it was a lot of fun. Hopefully the stream was okay to watch. Hopefully my mic didn't cut out in and out too much. But yeah, it was good. So, I'll free up some space right there. Next beta is going to be on Saturday. I think it's open for 4 hours on Saturday and then 7 hours on Sunday. I should be able to spend a little bit of time on it during that. Two, one, we're done. Disconnected. Here's my... Wind's really rustling those leaves. Oh, it's kind of neat. I can still navigate the atomic shop, at least at the moment. Photo gallery, I do just have the one photo. Cool. You can obviously have multiple characters. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. This will pretty much conclude the stream for me, but thanks very much for all those who tuned in throughout the stream. Once again, hope the pace was okay. It's kind of a weird game in that the game continues to happen around you even when you're spending time doing something like listening to a holotape or reading a terminal and something like that. So it will be interesting to see how much gameplay there is in terms of hours when realistically they probably have counted all of the speech lines that they've made for the holotapes and the approximate time it takes to read terminals, and that's basically what's factoring in to the 60 hours or 40 hours or whatever it is of gameplay that they've promised. Obviously the majority of the staying power of this game is the fact that it's multiplayer, the fact that you can be sidetracked by public events and you can team up with your friends, and like I said throughout this stream, the primary purpose of this stream has been to encourage my friends to purchase Fallout 76 so that when it releases on November 14th we can all play together. I do have a strong feeling that approaching this game as a purely solo experience wouldn't be as enjoyable as being able to play throughout this game with friends and being able to, goof off and take down high-level creatures and, do that funny photo mode where you're, taking a trophy picture with the yes, exactly, Mike, encourage. Well, I mean, I'm obviously nowhere near the point in this streaming process where I'm getting anything for it except the pure ability to play with my friends on this game. And I do think that is where I'm going to find the most fun, and I think that's where the game has the most amount of staying power. Because, I mean, a Fallout multiplayer game, the sky's the limit in terms of added content and funny costumes and skins, and every major holiday they could introduce all sorts of funny stuff to the atomic shop. Oh, base building is in big time. I just don't think I'm really gonna scratch the surface of base building until I'm at least, I don't know, maybe when I get closer to level 10. I don't really want to set, although it's super easy to put a base down and to pick it back up and to relocate it. I think the first base that I set up, I want it to be just a cool location. And I want to be in fairly good shape in terms of resources to be able to build up, 4 walls and a roof and put a turret down and that kind of thing. But yeah, basically they took the base building from Fallout 4 and they dialed it up to 11. They looked at the modding community, they picked up on all the best features that most modders have made for Fallout 4, and they tried to implement it into their own engine the best they could. So the crafting and the base building system in the game are considerably refined from the Fallout 4 process, which I already enjoyed a lot. So, and my most recent Fallout 4 playthrough that I was playing leading up to this this beta, because obviously I had a hankering to play Fallout, was pretty heavily modded, and I had a bunch of new weapon mods and new crafting mods and new base building mods. So it's nice to actually see some of that stuff that was not in the base game of Fallout 4 make it into the base game of Fallout 76. I do remember reading recently, I think it was just last weekend, Pete Hines confirmed that all downloadable content for this game will be free, which is obviously tremendous news. Not that I wouldn't mind paying for downloadable content if it was of very high quality. Something like a Far Harbor for Fallout 4, which was a huge amount of added content that was very high quality. I don't mind adding that because they deserve it. But I'm just going to wrap up this stream here. Once again, thanks for joining. Hope you enjoyed. If you're watching this when it's not live, I hope that you enjoy jumping around and throughout the video and seeing where I went. I didn't really get all that far in the game by any means. Didn't even get to level 5, so didn't even get to a point where PvP was available in terms of the slap system, which is really neat. Just real quick summarization of the slap system. Basically, someone can shoot you and they do an incredibly low amount of damage. It is only in you shooting them back that it then enables the proper levels of damage to each other. They're still working that out big time, because from what I understand, if you accidentally shoot in their direction, I think it triggers it, and if you are attacked and you shoot back and you kill that person has the ability to pretty much respawn right next to you and then seek revenge, even if they were the person that was originally trying to initiate the combat. So they're still figuring that out. I like where they're going with it. We'll just have to wait and see. But yes, once again, thanks everybody. This has been Mitch the Preacher, preaching the gospel of gaming. Have a good night.